The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Live from ABS-GMA via Zoom. Here's a talk show that's made for everybody. The Now Today Show. With your host, Gian and Maree Garcia.
Hello and good morning. I'm your host, Gian Maree Garcia, and this is the Now Today Show. Let me start your day with a beautiful smile on your face. Did you eat now? If not, then you better eat now because I've got more surprises for all of you today. Without further ado, let's get started. As of lately, the ever-famous love team and it couple, Zyrone and Karen, had made the internet and their fans into a frenzy of conspicuous rumors as the pair was seen leaving the station hand in hand after their interview of their upcoming movie. But I'm really glad to tell all of you, our dear viewers, today all your answers are to be answered. May I welcome Zyrone Axl Deocampo and Karen Acuyong via Zoom. Let's give them a round of applause. Good news, Zyrone and Karen. Welcome to the Now Today Show.
Hello, Diana. I'm happy to be here.
As am I. Good to see you again, Diana.
I'll be blunt and go straight to the point. The most awaited answer from the it couple of today's time.
Go ahead.
The both of you are already aware of the rumors going around how the both of you were seen leaving the station hand in hand after your interview for your upcoming movie. Now, for the million-peso question, are the both of you dating?
Would you like to tell them, Zyrone, or should I?
Go ahead, Karen.
We are for a couple of months now.
We thought of keeping it a secret. The first decision was up for discussion. For us to focus on the bond we have now, but I guess we can keep secrets forever.
Oh, what a revelation! If you ask me, I already noticed it a while back. Now, the most coveted question of your fans had been answered.
It was funny to read about everyone's story and what personal connection we have with each other. We have been friends for a long time now. How ironic and change the events that take place in our lives.
You two have been a love team for a while now. And when did the both of you felt the connection?
The connection was always there though, but it was more like a fate attraction on Karen's part. For I was attracted to her ever since the beginning, from the way she smiles and the way she speaks her mind. I respect her on that part.
I agree with Zyrone. I only felt when I guess the first start of taping of our current movie.
Needs to say that I make her happy as I am with her.
Oh, how sweet! Sana all. Anyway, from here on out, we're glad to know that both of you are dating. In terms of upcoming projects, would you allow each other to experience different leading men or women?
We would mind, I guess, because before our relationship with each other, our careers were still our first priorities.
It's good to know that the both of you are still thinking professionally. What was your family's reaction after knowing that the both of you are together?
Actually, I asked her mom's permission to court her. It took a lot of my guts to do that, but glad to say she approved me.
What a gentleman you are! You've been together for months now. How is it for you to go on dates discreetly?
It was rather hard at first, but keeping a low profile. We would often go to non-public places or just at home.
I take it that the both of you are not together at the moment.
No, we're not. I'm currently staying at my parents' house.
So am I.
So, Karen, How did you feel when Zyrone first asked you out?
I was really shocked at first. I wanted to say, but apparently I said yes. What a shocker there.
I guess your charm has finally worked, Zyrone.
Not only my charm though, but perseverance in asking her to guts.
How about on your part, Zyrone? How did you manage to reel away from the possibility of you two being seen for the past couple of months from the paparazzi?
It was hard at first, but we never rode on the vehicle because it would risk the chance of us being seen.
But all in all, we're glad to have everything clean.
So from here on out, how would the two of you face the net and your fans that the two of you are now dating?
I guess we will wait what plot twist this adventure awaits us.
Thank you both for having the time and making a great appearance to the show. May you both have prosperity with your career and love life.
We're happy to be here, Diana.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you again, Karen and Elijah. Let's hear a musical number from one of the rising artists here in our country. Let's meet the rising superstar Ernesto Ortiz.
What do I wear? I only told you 12 times. The first dress that you put on is still your best find. We've been sitting in this dressing room for hours. I need a break, baby, I don't have the brain power. When you ask me my opinion, I'm always sure to be a minion. Girl, you're kinda like long division. Everything is difficult, help me help you. Girl, what you tryna do? Cause I don't got no clue. No, I ain't no Scooby-Doo. Cause I'm hungrier than you. I just wanna get some food and you about to kill my mood. Do this jeans make me look fat? Yeah, I know you want the answer, but I'm smart and that's a trap. Oh, and here's a random fact. You still got my favorite hoodie and you need to give it back. It ain't that I ain't calling back. It's just you said you needed space and so I'm staying out your way. It ain't that I ain't got your back. But you went out of your way to make that K a lowercase. When you ask me my opinion, I'm always sure to be a minion. Girl, you're kinda like long division. Everything is difficult, help me help you.
That was an excellent musical number. Up next, onto our show, the Dive trailer is making their way once again with our stars, Jade, Vic Francent, Gian, Louisse, and Dominic, as they talk about the twists and new exciting scenes this movie holds. We've got more to show you after a short break. Don't go and change the channel because the Now Today show will be right back shortly after a word from our sponsors.
Energize! Start your day the champion way. Healthy energy gap. Be energy gap. Be a champion every day. Champion every day. Healthy energy gap. Be energy gap. Be a champion every day. Champion every day. Get winning energy. Ready for school and play. Be a champ every day. Healthy energy gap.
The Now Today show is brought to you by Shopee 11/11 Big Christmas Sale, Head and Shoulders, KTX.ph, your key to experiences, Dutch Mill Pro Yo, and Maggie Magic Syrup.
And we're back. You're watching the Now Today show. Now let's have an exclusive talk with the cast of The Dive. Welcome to the show, Vic Francent, Jade Lawrence, Sean Dominic, and Gian Louisse.
Good morning, Diana, and good morning also to the Now in Today show.
We have questions here lined up and waiting to be answered. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's start. First, can I know what this movie is about?
Our movie is about a man who loves diving but due to an accident, he stopped diving.
What important lessons can this movie perceive to our young viewers and also the adults?
I think this movie can inspire young people, especially people who are facing a lot of problems in their lives.
In your opinion, is the movie enjoyable to watch in terms of the concepts that the director had laid out in the movie?
Yes, it is very enjoyable and relatable.
Is this movie just like any other drama film?
No, I think you will see something new and unique.
Who are your fellow cast members?
My fellow cast members are Jade as Mike in the movie, Vic as Jake, Gian as Gabby, and I'm Paul, which is the male lead in the movie.
In your opinion as an actor, is your movie adaptable to any other situations that we experience in our daily lives?
Yes, because in the movie, the male lead, which is Sean as Paul in our movie, tried very hard to reach his goal, even if he was facing a lot of problems in his life.
Your movie had amazing graphics. I'm shy to ask of this, but how much did the movie production cost?
I think the movie production cost is around $10 million.
I saw some of the glimpses of the stunts and scenes. Did you do stunt doubles in some of the scenes?
Actually, no. We do all the works by ourselves.
From the script, what was your first impression of the movie that you will be casting in by reading the script for the first time?
First time I saw the script, I already expected that the movie will be very hard and challenging, but I knew also that the movie's outcome will be very good.
What was your experience while shooting this movie?
I had a great experience from it because I managed to work with one of the greatest actors in the film industry.
Did you all undergo RT-PCR testing and quarantine before your lockdown taping?
Yes, before we shot the scenes, we went into quarantine and stayed at the hotel for 14 days and had our RT-PCR tests there. Glad that we are all negative, including the crew and staff.
Where was the location of your taping? Is the place beautiful in real life?
We shot the movie in the Riviera Maya in Mexico, and that place was unforgettable and memorable. We took a lot of pictures there and posted it on our Instagram accounts.
Did you listen to your soundtracks? What was your first reaction when you first heard the soundtracks of your movie?
Absolutely. The first time that I heard the soundtracks, I was really amused and amazed that I almost cried.
When will the soundtrack be released?
The soundtrack release will be on January next year after our film has been released on all media platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music. Pre-order for physical albums is still on process.
Do you think your fans will love this movie?
Yes, I know from the start of our shooting, they will love it so much because this movie is very good to me.
What should we expect on this movie? Are there any highlights that you can exclusively share to us?
Viewers should expect something emotional And in the movie, you will see how wide and beautiful the ocean is below the surface.
Should we expect a sequel or a prequel soon after its release?
I don't think so. Planning is still on progress, maybe after a year of shooting.
Okay, this will be the last question about your movie. Do you expect the movie to be a hit when it will be released in cinemas?
Yes, we have put all our best to complete this movie, and I know that people will love it.
Before we formally end our talk, this is your chance to promote your upcoming movie.
Yes, Dive is really near. I'm really excited to tell you that the trailer for Dive has been loved and viewed by over 30 million people since it was released. Save the date on January 17, 2022.
Thank you so much for being here on the Now Today show. Vic Francent, Jade, Lawrence, Sean, Dominic, and Gian, Louise. It has been a pleasure talking to all of you. Dive is now coming to a movie theater near you on January 17, 2022. You can now book your movie tickets on Dive online using KDXBH. Get 20% off on your first booking with the code DIVE20. This promo starts from November 1 until November 15 only. Get your tickets now with KDXBH, your key to experience. Before we take another break, let's hear another musical number from one of the country's ultimate superstars performing Taylor Swift's 15, Taylor's version. Here's Miguel Angelo Basinillo.
Take a deep breath and you walk through the doors. It's the morning of your very first day. You say hi to your friends you ain't seen in a while, trying to stay out of everybody's way. It's your freshman year and you're gonna be here for the next 4 years of this. Senior boys will wink at you and say, you know I haven't seen you before. Cause when you're 15 and somebody tells you they love you, you're gonna believe them. And when you're 15 feeling like there's nothing to figure out, count to 10, take it in. This is life before you know who you're gonna be. At 15, sit in class next to Red Abigail, singing with your best friends, laughing at the other girls who think they're so cool. I'll be out of here as soon as we can. And then you're on your very first day, and he's got a car and you're feeling like flying. Mama's waiting up and thinking he's the one, and you're dancing around your room when the Cause when you're 15 and somebody tells you they love you, you're gonna believe them. And when you're 15 and your first kiss makes your head spin round. In your life, you'll do things greater than dating the boy on a football team. I didn't know it at 15. When
All you wanted was to be wanted. Wish you could go back. Tell yourself what you know now. Back then I swore I was gonna marry you someday, but I realized they're dreams now. Abigail gave everything she had to boy, change his mind. We both cry, 'cause when you're 15 and somebody tells you they love you, you're gonna believe them. And when you're 15, don't forget to look before you fall. But I found time can heal most anything. You just might find who you're supposed to be. How didn't know who I was supposed to be at 15. La 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 Take a deep breath, girl. Take a deep breath. Have to walk through the door.
You're watching the Now Today show. Besides all of those talks that we did a while ago, now let's talk about your mental health. In this time of a pandemic ravaging lives all over the world, our mental health has been badly affected with the community quarantine. We know that your mental health is really important at this time. Along with the pressure of online class, being the slow internet connection is your only enemy. Here's a way to improve your mental stability while in a pandemic and with the pressure of online.
When the COVID-19 pandemic reached the Philippines, closing down schools one by one, the internet as a form of home-based remote learning appeared to be a viable solution.
However, within the first week of the quarantines, students from college and universities across Manila and then all over Luzon began calling for the suspension of online classes, echoing a common sentiment for the need to be more exclusive for those less fortunate, students and faculty alike who have unreliable or no connections, or who lack the necessary hardware for video conferencing, or who may have to share a single gadget among many family members.
Prior to the lockdowns and curfews, traveling at night over barely lit backgrounds in rural areas would almost always result in encounters with youths gathered by the side of the road or lying on the concrete benches of a shuttered sari-sari store.
One may be forgiven for thinking of the stereotype. Local tourists out drinking or playing a late-night card game. However, a closer look reveals that these children are clutching merely their smartphones, happily playing an online game or scrolling through Facebook. Normal activities that we do in the comfort of our own homes.
However, for those of us who live in the provinces, being out on the streets at night has become more of a necessity. Often, these are the only open regions where a decent data signal can be obtained.
Best colleges share some tips to help students like us to cope with anxiety and uncertainty while studying remotely in a pandemic. Here are some of them.
Self-care, not schoolwork, should be your number one priority. It is impossible to perform in your classes or be a good friend to others if you are not taking care of yourself first.
Set healthy boundaries with your loved ones, especially for students who are home with their parents during this stressful time. It can be difficult to manage the intricacies of those relationships.
Set boundaries with yourself. Do not consume news and social media unconsciously. Make a decision about what is healthy for you and stick to it. For people who are experiencing anxiety or depression, a complete halt on access to upsetting news or headlines may be essential.
Create a happy workspace. Instead of working from bed, create a clean workspace that makes you feel good. You can add candles, photos of the people you love, or anything that improves your mood. Take a good 30 minutes to identify this workspace and make it special. Ideally, your workspace will not be in your bedroom, but if not possible, at the very least, try not to work from bed, as this behavior may worsen sleep hygiene and contribute to depression.
For a daily routine, this should include exercise, meditation, 8 hours of sleep, and regularly connecting with the people who light you up. Anxiety and despair are common feelings and experiences in humans. Given what is going on in the world right now, certain anxiety and sadness symptoms should be expected.
However, if someone's symptoms persist and begin to interfere with their day-to-day functioning, we would be worried and recommend them to seek expert help.
If a student is having difficulty sleeping or focusing on coursework, withdrawing from social interactions, experiencing panic attacks, or otherwise having difficulty taking care of themselves, they should contact their school counseling center and inquire about resources for online therapy services.
Access to the internet, like access to education, has already been recognized as universal human right. And when governments are unable to provide the economic conditions that would ensure its citizens decent internet access, we will have ourselves to blame for why, despite the unlimited connectivity already available in our time, continuing our youth education in the midst of pandemic remains a privilege not afforded to all.
On a related point, we are reminded that despite technological breakthroughs, true human interaction remains vital to any type of learning. A screen can be a useful learning tool, but it can't and will never replace the classroom, with its proximity and sincerity for both teachers and students.
This generation's great equalizer may be when the crisis is over and everyone has to thrive back inside when the bells rings. Once seated, probably sooner rather than later, the strength of your internet connection becomes less important.
Well, that's all for now. But don't be sad because I've got more surprises and chicas for you tomorrow. Once again, I am Maree Garcia. Thank you for watching and see you again tomorrow on the Now Today Show.